Yo, fam, I'm so excited to be back. It's been a long while. And this is me officially welcoming you to my first podcast on mental health. And it's titled Speak Your Scars Out. We're beginning a series on grief. And then the window is open actually for those who have experienced grief. And if you know someone as well that have experienced grief and would like to come here and share, like this is a safe space. So send us a DM and we'll contact you. So today we're talking about grief, and I'm honored to have a special person like as my guest and my very first guest. And I'll allow her to introduce herself.
Hi guys, my name is Godiya. I am a nurse and I love to travel, I love to write. There's not so much to know about me, but yeah, that's just the basic.
Wow, this is going to be an interesting conversation, and I want you to be open-minded, and just flow with us. I read a piece you wrote on your blog. So she has a blogspot space actually, and it's called The Overthinker.
The creative
The
overthinking.
creative overthinker. And she wrote something on pain. And the time I read this her piece, I was actually contemplating starting this whole podcast. And so it was like much more of a coincidence, yeah, that I bumped into the write up, and I was like, okay, Kai, this should be the first guest, and all. So, and I'm honored like to have you here. Most persons that are viewing this have not read the piece on pain. I know, but this is like you have an opportunity now to like share with us like what was pain all about.
For me,
Yeah.
pain has been something that I have experienced and I've experienced a lot and I have come to terms with. I usually describe myself as someone that has a very high threshold for pain
Wow.
because of how much pain I believe that I have been exposed to.
Wow.
And pain is very, very relative. There are people that, okay, in healthcare, we like to say that pain is what the patient says it is.
Oh, wow.
So if I say I'm feeling abdominal pain, for example, now,
Okay.
it doesn't matter if I show that I'm feeling pain or if I act like I'm feeling pain.
Yeah.
Abdominal pain is abdominal pain.
Yeah.
So for me, I have experienced pain in many different ways,
Okay.
and it has helped me to build resilience. So yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Oh, okay. So pain, this is like we're trying to talk about the scars, and I'd like us to be like playing, and hope that someone out there will be encouraged and also like pain as to grieve. Like, how does it feel like to lose someone very close to you? Because I lost my biological mom, and it wasn't fresh at all. It took me 10 years, like, for me to get over the whole thing and all. You get so like, I'd like to know, okay, how was it like for you experiencing loss for someone that is that close to you and all that? And how was it like for you?
Okay. So yes, losing a loved one, regardless of who it is, your mom, your child, sister, brother, is a very, very devastating experience,
Yeah.
right? And for me, I don't know if I should say unfortunately,
Yeah.
I lost a lot of people, a lot of dear people in my life, like a lot of them. I lost them within short intervals.
Yeah.
So it was a very traumatizing experience. It was very traumatizing. And the most difficult part was that I did not necessarily get any form of psychological help from outside.
Yeah.
Do you get?
Yeah.
Like in our normal culture, there is really, I don't know about now,
Yeah.
but you hardly ever see any kind of psychological support for children
Yeah.
who lose their parents or who lose their loved ones.
Yeah.
You just have to grow out of it.
Yeah.
You just have to evolve.
Yeah.
So during those periods, I usually would hallucinate. I remember after moving to Kaduna from Kano, my first year of secondary school, I used to be very sick. I was a very sickly child. There was a time they thought I had sickle cell anemia because of how often I was in the dispensary.
Yeah.
I used to hallucinate as well.
Wow.
And there was a time one of my friends came to meet me and like, "Godiya, I used to see dead people.
Hey.
Please, can you help me see my auntie?"
Wow. Yeah.
So I used to hallucinate a lot.
Yeah.
And stuff. I don't consider myself a very happy person.
Yeah.
And because of all that trauma, I had memory issues. I used to forget a lot.
Oh, wow.
Although people would consider me a smart person in terms
Yeah.
of like academics,
Yeah.
but important things or regular things that people were supposed to remember,
Yeah.
you find me forgetting them a lot.
Yeah.
So it was when I grew up, or when I started to understand myself a bit, that I realized that most of the things I was displaying,
Yeah.
was as a result of the pain, and the pain that I had not dealt with.
Oh, wow.
You understand?
Yeah.
Because I had not received any form of psychological support.
Yeah.
I just grew out of it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's basically my experience of pain. If I understand it clearly.
Yeah. Like, same here with me. Like, nobody gave me that psychological, like, say, probably give me like a counseling on how to accept the reality. So that now leads me to the next question. Like, so how do you get to accept the reality? Because to me, like, it was more like a dream. Like, I wish this didn't happen. I wish this didn't happen. But as I was wishing, time was going. You get, and also how can one accept this, like, on time and move with his life, and you know?
Okay, so there are many different ways to answer this question,
Yeah.
but I'll just highlight your last sentence. You said, like, get over it on time.
Yeah.
Now the truth is that you cannot get over grief on time.
Wow.
You can't get over pain on time. I once read one post, and the post said, you do not forget, or you do not, let me paraphrase it, like, the pain never goes away.
Yeah.
You just get bigger.
Yeah.
Right? So imagine, maybe, for example, you put something into a bag that expands,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
At first it will be tight,
Yeah.
but eventually it will start expanding
Yeah.
to the point where it can accommodate that thing.
Yeah.
So you might not necessarily get over that pain. It will never go away.
Oh, wow.
You might just grow.
Yeah.
You might just grow tenacity. You might just grow strength to be able to manage that pain properly.
Wow.
Right? And then the other part of grief is the fact that there are stages of grief.
Yeah.
And the last stage of grief is acceptance.
Okay.
And one of the first few, I don't know which one it is denial.
Yeah.
Right? And I experienced that, I think, especially with the death of my favorite grandma,
Wow.
my mother's mom.
Yeah.
I didn't see her like 2-3 years before she died.
Wow.
And I just got the information while I was in school boarding
Oh,
school.
wow.
Oh yes, your grandma is dead.
Wow.
You get? So I did not accept it. I didn't believe that my grandma was dead. They brought the whole bulletin and everything.
Yeah.
And I was just like, no, what? This woman is not dead.
Yeah.
I'll see her on holiday.
Yeah.
You get? So I went back home. There was nobody talking about her.
Yeah.
Nobody saying, let's go to the village. Nobody saying, okay, travel to this place to see her.
Yeah.
And then randomly, when I was in university one day, this is like almost 3-4 years after she had died, that was the day something happened. There was a trigger that made me realize that for real, this woman is dead.
Yeah.
And there is no way she's coming back.
Wow.
And I sat there and grieved. This was like over 3-4 years after she had died.
Wow.
I sat there in my dormitory room and grieved her death.
Wow.
So usually it's common to deny it, and just believe that someday, some way, you're going to see this person is going to be back again.
Yeah.
But in the end, you have to come to accept that this person won't be there. Will it happen immediately? No.
Okay.
It's not going to happen immediately, and there's no point rushing.
Yeah.
There's no point rushing it.
So,
Rushing that acceptance.
yeah. So if at all I get something from what you said,
Yes.
it's about allowing time. See, time heals all scars.
Yeah,
So we get some. It might take them 2 years.
Yeah.
Some 5 years. Some 10. Because up to date, I see people post their parents died in 1970 something, 30 years gone.
Yes.
Like, I see those posts on Facebook. I see dad, it's been 30 years since he left us. In my mind, I'll be like, bro, 30 years, man. Like, for real, that's how me I react. I'm like, 30 years is a very long period. And then I heard like some years back, I heard Kenneth Hagin. He lost his mom, and he said he has never posted anything about his mom's memorial, whatever, that he has moved. You get, because he has taken the position of where she is. You get, like, she's in heaven and stuff. And to me, that was hardcore for me, man. And that was the period I was actually experiencing my own grief. I had not even accepted it yet. So it was that period. Like, when I heard that, I was like, oh, this is gangster, bro. You get, from what you said, it's time. As time evolves, you get to heal. And then this guy too believe in fatherhood. When he lost his sister, he came on camera on YouTube. You can check Believe in Fatherhood. about him grieving his sister on YouTube, and he was saying grief like it's like the new tenants, has taken residence in him. So it's, as he grows, probably the grief grows smaller. You get, but it's the permanent resident, And what would you say for someone that is here to accept the reality that okay, this has happened? What would you say to that person?
Okay, I would tell the person to take their time. I am someone that loves to enjoy my imagination. Like before I sleep, I imagine stuff that I know will never happen. But I tell myself this is the only place that I would ever see this thing. And I imagine it. You get? So it depends though. If that thing is interrupting your activities of daily life, now that's for somebody that is now extremely depressed or suffering from other mental health conditions, then that person needs to seek help, of course, because it is now affecting your life. You understand? But if you're struggling with just accepting this death and moving on, and you're just having just normal basics, you're able to do other things, right? Speak to somebody. That's number one. You speak to someone that has experience, and I cannot emphasize this enough. I know that everybody can give you a word of advice. I know that's this thing, but the truth is, if someone hasn't gone through something, what they'll be saying is just regular advice. I don't know if you get me.
Sympathy,
So,
not empathy.
yes. So they might not be able to tell you what you need to hear, or even if they are telling you what you need to hear, you will not have the satisfaction of knowing that this person has gone through what you've gone through. So I've had experiences where somebody loses their mom, or a wife of someone loses their mom, and then they will call my sister and say, okay, you've experienced this, please talk to my wife. You understand? And as soon as she speaks to that person,
the person gets consoled.
Because it's not only me. You understand? Because it's easy, even when you grieve, you go into pity party. It's not like everybody has their mother and me, I don't have. You understand? So having someone that feels with you, that has experienced that before, you understand, that is just there, even if the person is not saying anything, to just holding your hand is very, very, very vital. Yes. So I would just, for somebody that is finding it difficult to accept, my most important advice would be take it easy. Take it easy on yourself. Take it easy on yourself. And there is one thing I tell myself is that it could have been worse. Do you get it? I try not to compare maybe my condition with another person, saying, okay, this person, maybe my mother died first, maybe this one, his father died. No. But you can remind yourself that it could have been worse. Things would have gone the other way around. You understand? But this is what you have. This is what has happened. And there is absolutely nothing that you can do about it. It is absolutely beyond your control. Do you get? So that's basically it. But honestly, is there a formula to forget? Is there a formula to accept? No, there is no formula.
So it's just reality, is life, man, and life happens. So we pick up the graces to move and stuff. So thank you very much for listening so far, and I hope you've been inspired. So this is what we have to offer for today. And then please, this space is open. If you have something you'd like to share, if you're encouraged by our conversation and you'd like to be a part of this movement, please, my DM is open. You can drop a comment in the comment section and reach out, man, and we invite you over and then we'll talk about it. And then please, if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, kindly subscribe to this channel. And if you are a returning subscriber and you've not turned on that bell, that green bell, please ring that bell for me, bro.
So thank you, Godiya, and peace, fam. Stay mentally well. Blessings.